Now to that man wrongly convicted, and tonight, Byron Halsey, tasting freedom for the first time in 2 decades. Advanced DNA testing showing that Mr. Halsey, despite his conviction in the late 80s, did not brutally murder 2 young children. Instead, those tests now implicating a man who testified against him. Jeff Pegues with the story. He's in Elizabeth, New Jersey for us. Jeff?
And Bill, 20 years ago, it was one of the most horrific crimes in memory. 2 young children found sexually assaulted and murdered. When he was convicted in 1988, Byron Halsey narrowly escaped the death penalty, but today, here, he walked free on bail. He appeared to be emotional. He appeared to be unforgiving of the justice system that had incarcerated him for 19 years. No shackles, no cuffs. Today, Byron Halsey walked out of the Union County Courthouse with the heavy weight of a double murder conviction lifted off his shoulders.
I'm not happy.
Why not?
You know what I mean? Because what was done to me, you know what I'm saying, was criminal at best.
You can't blame him for being angry. He's been locked up for almost 2 decades, convicted of a stomach-turning double murder. On November 14th, 1985, Tina and Tyrone Urquhart, just 7 and 8 years old, were found murdered and sexually assaulted in a Plainfield, New Jersey rooming house. The investigation focused on Halsey, who was raising the children along with their mother.
The facts of this case are just so horrible. But today he stands before you exonerated by DNA.
A man who, but for the grace of God and the dedication of his lawyers, would have been executed, stands here today free of the stigma of conviction.
The DNA tests, unavailable at the time of his conviction, have proven him innocent. And so today, in court, a judge vacated his conviction, setting a date for a new trial, potentially forcing the victim's mother to revisit painful memories. In a statement, she says, "I knew Byron loved Tyrone and Tina. It didn't make sense to me that he could have done this. I always had my doubts, but I didn't know what to do about them."
No, I mean, I didn't give up. I didn't care what nobody said or did. My grandmother told me that if you're innocent, fight them. The truth will come out.
But prosecutors have not entirely cleared him, but they do acknowledge that at the very least, because of the new DNA evidence, he does deserve a new trial, which he will get. It's set to begin in early July. And among the evidence expected to be presented, that DNA evidence, which says that Byron Halsey's neighbor actually committed the crime. He's a convicted sex offender who is already behind bars, a man who testified against Byron Halsey at trial back in 1988. We're live right now in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Jeff Pegues, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
What a story. Jeffrey,